We are rolling.
Good morning. Welcome back to the conversation. This is Pointing Out the Obvious. It's our daily news and politics webcast. I'm your host, Patrick Russell, along with my very opinionated producer, Veronica. We're here to quip and quiver through today's headlines, searching for the real, no matter how deep into the swamp we need to go. Veronica, let me ask you something. I know recently we've had to learn about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, but before we started, how much did you really know about Bitcoin?
To be honest, not a lot. We don't have a lot of clients that are into obviously what we're going to talk about, but I'm excited to learn. This is a topic that I'm not very familiar with.
Very good, guys. So, as a broad conversation, there was really one thing that I wanted to point out about Bitcoin for all you cryptocurrency investors out there. The IRS and the government agencies are far behind in the chase to regulate and really keep track of what's going on in the market right now. But there is a huge gravitational force in the IRS, along from the top down, Papa Joe. The money that he's providing to the IRS has little to do with hiring more foot soldiers than it has to do with updating the computers and updating their infrastructures from a networking point of view so that they can handle the influx of information that the new world can now provide, to include real-time tax reporting. What am I saying? Cryptocurrency at some point will become the dollar bill. And so every transaction you might use in order with Bitcoin will now be a taxable transaction in the eyes of the IRS. Why? Currently, Bitcoin is considered property, right? Not necessarily currency. And why does that really matter in this conversation? For one reason. Because it's not considered a stock by normal legislative rule means, property only, the same wash rule limitations that exist on normal stocks doesn't apply to Bitcoin. What the heck does this mean? When you have a stock that dumps in price and you want to sell it because you're bleeding or you're just pulling in water and you got to bail out, the government says you can't buy that stock again for another 30 days.
Yep.
You can't book a paper loss and then the very next day buy that same stock and reset your position and then make a bonanza on the bounce rebound, which on the cryptocurrency side is on the daily, or should I say hourly basis?
Hourly.
Right. Okay. So now what happens with the savvy investors that knows this? Now you do. Harvest losses. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. If you're hearing what I'm saying, you already know what I'm saying, and you're doing it right now. Yeah. And so that's something that I think you guys need to take advantage of if you are really a cryptocurrency person, right? Harvesting those losses. That's a real huge advantage. Why? Because eventually you're going to have gains. And so you want your losses to offset your gains. And if you do it right, you might have even losses to take care of not only the gains of this year, but then carry forwards that are allowed will help you with the gains next year. All right, that's all I really wanted to say about that. Okay. Now, as far as Bitcoin as something that the IRS and government agencies are falling behind. That's only true until tomorrow.
Yeah, that will stop. It has to stop. Everything that it's massive, it gets controlled right away because they know. So,
well, here's my question to you for the younger generation, Veronica. How do you feel about cash now being dead, obsolete, and no longer will be in circulation, and now having to live all by either Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency, or simply just your phone, essentially is what's going to happen?
I don't like the idea of it. I mean, now it's everything on your, like you said, on your debit card, credit card, Apple Pay. Now it's everything control, and there's not much movement, if you know what I mean. So,
well, yeah. So the real underlying message of Bitcoin, all you Robinhood pirates out there, is that it is going to be the reason for your demise. The privacy, your ability to maybe have different entities carrying out your financial biddings, all of that is gone.
Yeah.
Because now a tax return itself isn't going to be a yearly form that's filed once a year. It's going to be a running total that's going to be happening every time you run your phone across the Apple Pay pad. Recorded, reported, taxes paid. Done deal.
Something funny that it is real that I just want to mention, and it kind of goes with this based on moving forward to getting track of everything, right? So,
Absolutely.
McAfee, the guy, the one that invented the software
Oh,
for the
McAfee?
McAfee,
Yeah, sure.
he said, while we watch our phone is watching us.
Okay.
So, I mean, I know it's pretty simple, pretty silly, but it is what it is. So we are watching our phone, and while we do that, who's watching? So that's something to consider.
Final point, guys, on the tax reporting, real quick. You haven't received a 1099-B as in Bravo that lists your cryptocurrency transactions. Not a lot of the financial institutions have really initiated this program because the IRS hasn't insisted on it. That's changing.
It will change, yeah.
And so now, if your 1099-B in some cases is 100 pages, best believe when your cryptocurrency, especially if it's Bitcoin and you're using it to actually live with day-to-day transactions, you're talking about a report that if you printed it out, you won't print it out. But if you scroll through the PDF, you'll realize it's now about 500 pages. And all of that information is now going over to the IRS. So now if you're using Bitcoin as your currency instead of the greenback, guess what else the IRS knows about you? Not just your trading history. They now know your purchasing and consumption history, your activity history as well. So keep that in mind, guys. Brave new world we're all entering into, whether we like it or not. Guys, please use the comments below. Be part of the conversation. Be part of the fun. Subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing this on a daily basis. Veronica, as always, great job. Boom. Until tomorrow, people, remember, no matter how your day goes, no matter how many opportunities or challenges come your way, just remember one thing. Give them hell. Have a great day.